All right, we are live. Okay. All right, go ahead and do your thing. All right. Let's see. All right, we hang out to here. I got one. I got one. That's just me. We hang out to hear some people in here. Hey. Yes, y'all. All right.
Because on my phone, I'm a little box. I'm like, I told you about putting me in little boxes.
Yes, you are a little box.
Then get me out the little box.
Okay, you are a yes a.
Don't try and put me in a little box.
There you go. That's a few minutes of hesitation.
All right. Well, come on, people. Let's do it.
So that's it. So
Promise
nobody's joined.
live, and we're live.
Uh, Need to probably get a what they call that like an intro. Need to probably work on the intro. You know what I'm saying? Something that
Well, I know somebody who got some ideas about our intro. I'll tell you later.
yeah, yeah. Because I guess my welcome to bar talking that all that great.
We need the song.
Yes. Yes. Uh, Nobody. We all alone. All alone. Ooh.
What are you drinking?
Blanton's. Blanton's.
You better go easy on your blend since it's so hard to find.
I know. I know. I've only found 3 bottles this year.
Mm-hmm.
I found 3 bottles and had it
Iced tea.
in a variation of places, but only 3 bottles.
Okay.
Let's see. Mm, all right. Let's see. We love. I see live. All right. We got a. So that was me. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, you did. You have a good. So the weather. Is it snowing? It doesn't supposed to snow.
Maybe.
Forecast.
Well, every time I look at different sites, it's different. So yesterday my phone said snow tomorrow, but my computer said rain. So I don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe it's gonna be sleet.
You would think that would be the saying the natural course of things. If say it's gonna rain and it snow, you get sleep. And so what we supposed to get some snow here. It's gonna snow. It's supposed to snow.
Good. Now you can get your own snow.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
Good.
Yeah,
Post pictures.
yeah. So we get some good. You know what I'm saying. Hopefully we get some good weather. But I don't need it to last too long. You know what I'm saying? We can get it to what I'm saying, it snow really good tomorrow, and then it turn and then it stops.
It snowed in Louisiana when I was there, and we got a good snow. Like our poor little palm trees were all bent out of shape, and but it didn't last about 3 days, and people
Uh,
actually could make a
That's all.
snowman.
That's about all. That's about all we like in the South. About 3 good days. Any
Well,
more
yeah,
than
my
that, any more than that
yeah.
is too much.
And I noticed a couple of my Louisiana people had been seeing our videos. So yeah, for my Louisiana family, that time it snowed, and everybody blamed me. They were like, "You the one from Chicago, you brought the snow." So,
All right.
well, I mean, people legitimately had some decent snowmen in their yards. I was impressed for people from the South to make a snowman. So hey, you could go
Yeah.
make a snowman. I'm expecting to see a snowman. Get on out there. Put the snowman in the yard.
yeah, yeah. It should be. Like I said, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm with it. Yes, I am. I'm so with it.
We usually get a big snowstorm 1st of February. That's when we get. And I only know because I got a Facebook friend I grew up with, Shawnee. Poor baby. It's always her birthday, and she it's always a snowstorm. Always. I think last year was the first time it wasn't a snowstorm, and I actually posted on her page. I know you're happy. It's finally a year without a snowstorm on your birthday. So I'm expecting a big storm in February.
Oh, really?
Yeah, always February, like February 1st, 2nd, or 3rd is something like that. Is her birthday, and Shawnee, if you're watching, hey girl, but it always is a big snowstorm.
uh-huh. That's what it normally does. In February, you get that end of January, and February is like the coldest month and so forth.
Well,
That's when it
exactly.
really, what I'm saying, really does something.
I'm
So
over
forth.
winter right after Christmas, though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want winter after that. I can take winter up through October to about now. After that, I'm over it. I need spring to come through.
No, that's right.
All right,
Yeah.
well, I said let's go, and we just got to build on this live chime
All
in.
right, peoples.
Hello,
Welcome to Bar Talk. I'm your host, Brandon T.
and I'm Cherise.
Yes, like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. And here is a live show that I have been promising y'all for a long time and so forth. And welcome. Hi.
As a man of his word.
Hi. Y'all good out there? Y'all feeling real good and so forth. And like I said, this weather is ridiculous. Especially it is too cold. It is really is. It's right now. My temperature says it's 28 degrees outside. 28 degrees.
For 28 right now. It's probably like 20. Them 8 degrees matter.
I know.
They're important.
It's been like 37 today. What the hell? It was 37, and
37.
but the wind been blowing. So you know that 37 is actually 18 if that wind hit you just right. It's like, I tell you, the wind been disrespectful today. Disrespectful.
37, I could leave out the house without a coat, just my suit on, for
Well,
real.
I saw somebody in the grocery store today. Well, I guess they just finished working out because they had shorts and a shirt on. And I'm like, don't you know? I'm like, Mr. White Man, don't you know it's cold outside? I'm in my coat and so forth. I think he realized. I think he made it to the store. One of those things like I thug it out and make it to the store. And then when I'm coming in, and I think it sat in that it was really cold outside because seeing me.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was a hesitation in him. He was standing right there. He was like, he needed any reason not to walk out the door.
Well, I mean, literally, if you get in your car in the garage and drive to the store and park close, you're not really affected by the weather. If you put it like that,
Nah.
you're not.
Because at some point in time, that disrespectful wind gonna hit you.
Between the door and the door.
Yes. So soon as the bariatric pressure changes from the garage door opening and you walking
But
out your
you're in the
door.
car.
So okay. So what you gotta do then for your thing is you go get in the car, turn it on, you know what I'm saying, and then turn the garage, then open the door.
Yes.
But the garage is colder than the inside of the house.
But you're still not as cold as if you were outside. Look, I've done
Okay.
that a many a day. So that's how I'm no, it's like this is how I avoided getting wet. You open the garage door, get in the car, then you drive off, and then you park as close to the door to the store as you can, and you make a run for it. I think that was probably the mentality. I'm feeling the brother. I do. I feel him. So
Hey,
I
hey,
agree
hey,
with him.
baby, like I said, he I'm obviously because this place, when I went to the grocery store, it has a parking garage there, so it's in the bottom of a building and so forth.
Oh,
And it wasn't as cold as it would have been, but what I'm saying, from where I park, walking through, what I'm saying, it's closed in. But then at the end, got to let the people, cars, and so forth. So all the way at the end, so this is one of the places where your cell phone signal may lose and so forth. And if you got satellite radio, ain't nothing happening. But as you walking towards the store, then there's the opening, and that's a wind tunnel.
yeah.
And
When you
so
talked about
that
bougie,
so
that
if you can
sounds really
survive
bougie.
that part, then I guess you can make it. But that's the part that's hard to survive.
That sounds bougie. So a
Yeah.
bougie store.
I mean, like I said, there's what I'm saying, with all the construction and so forth, you get things like that, and what I'm saying, parking is somehow, what I'm saying, a second thought, or they don't want to give too much to parking because hey, I could build something where you park that. So instead of me giving you all this parking, let me, what I'm saying, let me stack you up and so forth.
Okay.
I think a lot of that happens.
Whatever.
Yep.
Sounds bougie.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Could
Putting
be.
you
Could
in
be.
your little
Could be.
bougie new neighborhood.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
bougie.
Yeah. But people, so like I said, it's disrespectfully cold outside, and that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the South and so forth, and it's 28 degrees outside right now. You know what I'm saying? And with it being 28 degrees, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
poor thing.
I'm having trouble with the outside.
It's 15 degrees here. Poor you. 28. I'd
Good
kill for 28.
grief.
I barely need a coat. 28.
15 degrees is the wind blowing.
I don't care. I could probably get away with one of my sweater coats.
Man, that wind, man. Last time I took myself to your neck of the woods in the wintertime, and it was had to be in February. I would never do that again because the
Who
wind came
told you
through
to
and
come to
hooked.
Chicagoland in February? Like, who did that to you?
Yep,
You
and it
need
was
to
like
still be mad at them.
I'm still upset about the whole thing.
See
Yeah,
them go to Chicago in February. You might. It's
yeah.
a wonder you ain't getting caught in a blizzard.
Yes, it was very cold, and people around act like it wasn't that cold. And I'm like, how y'all figure that this very coldness isn't very cold? But anyway, so let's get into it today. So, peoples, this is the thing. This is what I want to know. Now, have you ever been in an argument? No, not an argument. You know what I'm saying? That's too aggressive. Have you ever been in a discussion with somebody and y'all have uh you feel like the other person may have done something wrong? Have you ever experienced that y'all are having a discussion and you feel like your understanding of something was a different way than what the other person is trying to say to you?
I think that's the only time I'm gonna have a discussion is I'm saying you did something wrong. That's it. Okay.
So in this discussion, I'm saying you're like, well, Brandon, I expected things to go this way, right? And you done mapped out whatever you have mapped out, and we going down that way of that you thought that okay, XYZ is supposed to happen in this order, right? And I'm and then you say, all right, Brandon, what happened to these things here? And I tell you, you know what, there was a traffic jam so far, and then after the traffic jam, I was on my phone, and then I realized that somebody else needed me more than I needed to be over here right now, so I didn't ran that mission and so forth, and then
Real
because
sus right now.
yeah,
All of that sounded real sus, but go ahead.
right. So all these other things happened, and then I had to, what I'm saying, I had to check off something, what I'm saying, back for work. What I'm saying, I almost made it to you, but then what I'm saying, the job called, and I needed to, to divert for a minute, and this divert for a minute. What I'm saying, I had to go do something else, and so forth. And now you're upset because I didn't arrive when I supposed to arrive, and then I might have had to cancel. So I already was late, and then
So
I had to cancel. Yes. And then so in that fact is, so now you're upset because what you know is the timeline supposed to win a certain way, and then I throw these hurdles in there because of things that beyond my control, right? And so I explained it to you, Trees. You know what? Traffic was heavy. I saw something else I need to do real quick, and so I figured out since I was stuck in traffic, I can hook off and do that real quick. And then the job call, and then I need to, divert the other way to check off some other things and so forth. And then as I'm explaining what happened to you, I say at the end, "Are we good?" So how would you take that as a good and so forth?
okay, first of all, I already feel like when men say, "Are we good?" it's like a period to that, and not like in just because I wrote a sentence. It's like I really want this to be over. Are we good? I don't want you to really say no. I want you to say yes, so I can put that period and go good. That's over. Y'all know that's
Exclamation
what you're
mark.
doing.
Most times exclamation mark. It's
Okay,
because
exclamation mark.
I don't
Good.
want to keep going round and round. Well, we going
But
round and
look,
round and round
hold
and round and
on.
round.
You can't give me 50 million reasons why you had to cancel or was running late and not expect me. First of all, my mind is that of a detective. Just most women,
So,
we try. We already trying to
you
find the
drive a Nissan
flaws.
Altima and back in?
What?
Do you fit that? Do you drive a Nissan Altima and back it in every time you park and put on a bonnet for no reason in the middle of the day? I'm
No.
just trying to see how far your FBI status is. If you just a regular agent or you the you the deputy director of the FBI and so forth.
I don't do that, but I'm willing to. I'm not above it. But you can't give a woman all of that of an explanation and then think that all we good is getting ready to end it. It's not, because she had a question when you started the first situation.
Okay.
Whatever that first, she still had questions about that. And then when you clear that up, she got questions about the second situation. And then when you get through with that, she got questions. Well, what made you have to go back to work? Who called? You got she already building a case against you, okay? And
So
how
she's
you
got a
are
Nissan Altima then. Okay, she bagging it in.
she
Okay.
building her case on how and now she's relating it to other lies you know caught you in. So
Oh snap.
I'm telling you, she's relating it to the other ways that she's caught you in lies. So you can't do all of that and then do a we good and think that worked. No, that doesn't work. It didn't work at all.
Mm.
And here's the thing, if it did work, you're in trouble. You're in more trouble when are we good worked and she didn't say anything else. That's what men don't understand. When a woman stops asking questions, when she stops saying, "Well, wait a minute, that don't sound right," she's checking out.
Is that right?
So yes, and
So if
men don't. You all don't get that.
so if
Well,
but so if my am I are we good in the discussion, that means that there's a problem.
oh yeah, you in trouble. You in big trouble.
Okay. So are we good? You know, so in the scenario I gave you, Sharice, are we good? So what would you say to that?
First, I told you I'm still on the first problem that you said you had.
Right. All
So
right.
so
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened
Because
again?
I
So
needed
wait
to
a
get
minute.
gas. That was the
Where'd you
first
get
mission
gas? Where'd you go get gas at?
over there on 77th Street. You know what I'm saying? Coming up.
Where 77? See how one question gonna lead to another until she's fully exhausted all the possibilities of that being a lie. And even when she accepts that you, okay, we're gonna go Chicago right now because I don't know nothing about no 77 where you at. So you tell me you was at 77 in Halston, you got gas. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Down the
leave
street
that
from
alone.
Harold's. You
Okay,
know what
cool.
I'm
Now you said after that you picked up you had to do what? What'd you have to do after you got the gas?
Yeah, so I got the gas, and then I got back on the road, and then the job called, and so I need to go check on something for the job. You know, so
What'd you have to check on?
I can't,
What was
you
wrong?
can't text and drive, so you know, so I
What
had
was
to,
wrong with at the job?
yeah. Something won't, you know, what I'm saying, adding up right. So I had to, you know, what I'm saying, pull over, pull out the old work phone, and you know, so you can't text and drive. You know, you gotta be safe. So I
Okay,
had
so
to pull
now she
over.
getting ready to tell you, and you couldn't have texted me then. As you had time to know that you need to pull over, and you didn't say, "Let me text old Vernice and let her know that that I'm gonna be late or I might have to cancel." So see how one thing is for a woman is just gonna keep adding another question until she exhausts all thoughts about it. Or she says nothing, and that you better be scared if a woman says, "You say, are we good?" And then she go, "Yeah, you in trouble. She don't like you no more. She tired of you and your lies."
so
Okay.
okay. So what if it's a question? I'm posing this question. So you if you got this, so I'm question. Have you ever how many have you ever before as somebody asked you were you good after a situation that diverted plans? And they just have to explain to you what as you because normally what happens is for us is all that rigmarole that you would go through of where who what where who was at the gas station, what color's the pump you got, what pump number you was at, how'd you pay for it, and what the road looked like at the time when you pulled off. And was it saying two crackheads on the corner over there that you saw when you came through the first time,
How much
and
you paid for
and then
gas? What
the
credit card you put it on? Yeah,
yeah,
all of that.
and then so we that normally are we good is to stop all that. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said. Are we good?
But you didn't give me enough details in what you said, so all you did was create more of a problem. And furthermore, because I turned into Claire Huxtable real quick. And furthermore, you should have just said one thing and let me ask you some questions because that is how you eliminate all the questions later. Let her
Be
ask all the
vague.
questions.
So be
Well,
vague.
no, it should
Don't
have
over. Don't
been,
get. Don't give you too much information.
well, because I'm going to get the information one way or the other.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get the information. Now, you can double talk, would have to re explain all that stuff, or you can say, "I'm sorry, I was running late," and then let me ask you the questions because some of that I'm not even interested in. And,
Mm.
and, and I'll be honest with you, when I had a staff, I would tell them, don't come in my office with a whole bunch of an explanation. Tell me the problem and let me figure out how to solve it. It was easier to say, "Here's the problem," and now I can ask you pertinent questions
Mm.
because that's all I need is the answers that I need to know. The rest of that stuff I don't need to know. You dropped your phone and it went down the drain. I don't need to know none of that. I need to know what's the problem and to get to solution. So when you start giving too much information, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of women already think you lying because you done came in
What?
here, yes, with a
Why
whole
you
bunch
think
of stuff.
I'm
Because you're
lying?
talking too much. That's why. You got too much of an explanation to this. And most of the time, when people have all of that, and people, when y'all see it, if you laugh, if you're on there, if you're not, if you see this, put it in the comments, especially women. If men are talking too much, we're thinking probably lying. And furthermore, there are men that
What?
we think if he talking, he lying. So,
What? I did
you
sign language to you.
no, some people if they talking they lying. And if she done caught you in a bunch of lies before, the more you
Mm.
do that, the more she's thinking you're lying some more. Just that simple. And I got another scenario for you too though, Brandon, because I dated a guy who would always say to me, "Are you good?" He wouldn't say, "Hey, how are you? How's your day? Let me sit down and have a conversation with you." He'd simply say, "Are you good?" See, that kind of stuff comes across as, I really don't want to have a conversation with you, but I'm going to acknowledge so that you can say I tried. But it
Mm.
doesn't come across as I'm really interested in conversation. And then you men, no offense to any of y'all, because we got some good men on our watching our page, but
Oh, no,
sometimes
no.
we do. We
Okay.
got some good men watching our page.
We
Sometimes
all
you
good.
all
We all
are
good.
trying to get out of conversations, and that's not helpful for a woman. Women like it more when you're trying to. I know y'all run from conversations, but if you initiate, y'all do y'all. Can we talk? You got 100 things to do before you can have a conversation with her. You got to go scratch your back. You got to go pick up your shoe. You got to go get under the bed, find the lint all of a sudden. But when you do that, though, women are thinking, you don't really want to talk to me. You don't. Especially if you don't come back to that conversation when you get through finding the lint, finding your shoe, and doing whatever else you had to do so you ain't have to talk to me. If you never come back and have the conversation, she's already thinking you don't want to have conversations. And so when you end it at, are we good, or you good, or whatever, she knows you really want this to be over. That's all that says to a woman. You're trying to end this whole conversation now.
Right.
And
Okay.
if she no longer cares about you, she's going to let you. And if you do that enough, she'll get to the point where she starts to end it because she knows what you really want is this to be over. You want that exclamation point there. And she's going to let it start being okay. And then she's going to find somebody who know to be on time and not cancel dates. That's what's going to happen.
Women, ladies, audience members, do you feel that we
Tell them the
men
truth, people.
ask that question of are we good? Is that to shut you up?
And
Do
run.
and Sharice is part of the run? Put that in the chat. You know what
They'll
I'm
shut
saying?
you
Put
up
that in the
and run.
comments if you feel like that is happening. You know what I'm saying? When we ask, are we good? And fellas,
And
also I want fellas on here also is that when
yes.
we're good, you know what I'm saying, and we're going round and round and round and round and round and round. I've explained myself. I've said the same thing 10 different ways and so forth. And that's the way to stop the merry-go-round and
No,
so
but
forth.
she trying to catch you in that lie you trying to go round and round
Yes,
and,
you
and
keep
lie about.
you know how y'all well, explain to me. Oh, what you do? What you had to work do at work? You know what I'm saying? I thought you get off at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? I thought your boss was cool. I didn't think you can't not wait to the bar or nothing
But
like that.
Brandon, the other part to that is most of the time when a man says, "Are we good?" Y'all don't sit around like waiting for maybe her to think about some stuff to come back later. Like y'all say, "Are we good?" Y'all run y'all behind as far away as possible, just in case she had time to process some of those things, and now she got some questions. So y'all become invisible real quick because she may not think about that. But women's brain works like a slow computer, right? It's
Okay,
slowly
slow could be
computing,
okay.
and
Okay.
then eventually all the information pops up. So she heard all of that. She digested it, and then that slow computer started moving, and then she went, "Wait a minute." He said he stopped to get something to eat, but he said they went out to dinner after work. Wait, that don't make sense. See, then she
Hmm.
started coming up with the things that the clash of what you done said that ain't true now. That's wrong.
Oh, so all this deduction is happening on the term. So is on the term of what happened, or when I say, "Are we good?" When is all that deduction of FBI agent times three coming in? Is it when I say if I say what happened, and then you come back and say, so we go back and forth, and I say, "Are we good?" Is that that when the computer turns to turbo speed? Or you already there from the for the front, and are we good? You think that that's just the exit ramp?
When you say "Are we good?" that's an exit ramp. I already know when men say "Are we good?" that means can we end? Why don't y'all just say this? Can we end the conversation? Because that's what you really want. You're really wanting to end the conversation. And here's the problem with that. When a
Okay.
man says "Are we good?" i.e., I'm trying to end the conversation, comes across like you're trying to hide something. That's
Oh,
why you're trying to hide in the conversation. That's why it's a problem. And thank you for giving me enough time to figure out that's what it's really about for a woman. Is like that slow computer I told you. What it's about for a woman is, are we good? I'm trying to end it before your mind comes up with all these other things that I done two and two, the math ain't mathing. And now you're gonna have a whole bunch of other questions that's getting ready to get me caught in somewhere these lies I done told. And
mm.
that's what a woman is thinking. Like you're trying to end it so that I don't figure out where the lie is. And then you make sure you know where around within the next 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes because you don't want her coming back. Wait a minute, you said you was on 77th and Halsted, but you told me you was going to the other location today. Why was you all the way over there? You shouldn't have been on that route if you went to your other
Hey,
office.
hey. Hey, I'm trying to avoid traffic. So I like why I gotta explain my whole entire route when I'm trying to avoid traffic.
But that's what a woman is thinking. She's thinking all these things that now I'm trying to see if what I know to be true is true to what you're telling me. And that's why the are we good and scrambling doesn't work for a woman. When you really, really, man, matter of fact, I need to probably stop saying that to people because women already know what it is when you say, are we good? I want to end the conversation.
All right.
Because
Is there
women
is
don't
there
say that.
is there a way that are we good? Me asking that question could actually not taken as an exit ramp, but it's taken as a genuinely want to know. You know what I'm saying? After how you feel about a scenario and what I said about a scenario, are we good? You know what I'm saying? Can it just be a check in and not necessarily a you know what I'm saying? I'm done talking to you now.
Okay, if you're going to do all like something happened, you couldn't make it, just tell what happened and don't say that. Let her compute and ask questions and tell her the truth if that's what you're doing. But if it's just a check in, I had somebody do that check in, and I came to hate it, to be
Mm.
honest with you, because it didn't come across like a check in. It came across as it's almost like asking somebody how you doing, because people
Oh.
automatically respond with okay, I'm fine, and they're not fine. I mean, I've seen people at the doctor's office. They ask, "How you doing today?" I'm fine. You ain't fine. You in the damn doctor's office. Something wrong with you, you
I'm
know.
good though. In spirit. I'm good in spirit. I'm good in spirit.
But it's an automatic answer to how are you today, and that whole you good, you're looking for that automatic answer too. I felt like the person was never really interested if I was good or not because they never sat down and said, "Hey, are you good? How are you? What's going on?" It was always in let me and Pat, I'm still in motion here. Is how
Mm.
I took it. Like I'm still in motion. I'm not really gonna hang around for your true answer. And that's not what you want to make a person that you're dating feel like. And even with that other scenario, you don't want her to feel like I want an off ramp soon as I'm trying to, when I get through talking, I want this to be over. If you, men, y'all get so much further if you just stop and let her
Mm.
think and let her talk. And she'll like you that much more for that than trying to find the exit ramps.
So that's well, if it's not a relationship type thing, well, we cool and so forth, and we just have a disagreement about something. It's like say that we're not necessarily, you know, what I'm saying, we don't do too much and so forth, but it's you know, what I'm saying, it's you know, what I'm saying, it's kind of like an understanding, and then in this understanding of how things work, things change. Say things change in your end or things change in my end and so forth about this understanding. And then you like, what happened to our understanding? And I was like, you know what? Like be life and so forth. And there was some different options I needed to do at the time and so forth. And then it hit you with the are we good out of that scenario? Does that in turn is it as an off ramp or is that do you take that as a check in and so forth?
Call it off ramp. I mean, if you're not in a relationship with somebody, they have no choice but to accept whatever you just told them. It's not like you can, unless it's a coworker or something or your boss. But if it's your friend, and maybe I don't know, some friends you do check when they do that stuff to you too. I know I do. If you're doing something on a regular basis that I'm not liking, and then you still trying to get out the conversation with the, are we good? No, we're not good. You know, you keep doing this same situation. And that's what you're gonna get from me. You're gonna get like a whole, or I'm probably not gonna do it like that way because I really don't do that. But I would say, hold on, what I'm not understanding is, and my friends tease me about me this because I start talking really slow and go, wait a minute, hold on. What I'm trying to do is understand, and you say it, and I'm just trying to hold you accountable because you promised, and so I still think are we good is no matter who's saying it and to whom you're just trying to get out of something. That's
Mm.
how it just comes across, like you're trying to get out of something. It's still, I don't care who's saying it, it's still an exit. It's an exit for the
So
conversation.
regardless of anything, eh, in whatever situation or scenario is in, you feel like it is a an off ramp.
I think it's an exit ramp, and the person's still trying to get out of it. You More people would be better to just leave, end it your whatever your last sentence was, and sit in it. Sit right
Mm.
there. Sit it and let them say either okay, because that's all they can do is say okay, or they may have had two questions, three sentences back because you was running off at the mouth,
Right.
and now they're trying to get some answers to something that just may need a little more clarity. I just think you stop saying it. Just sit in the last sentence and stand on it.
Right. So okay. So in your opinion, that the are we good should be left off.
Most women don't say that. I mean,
Now, I'm
unless
just
they got
for us
masculine
men saying it to
tendencies.
y'all, you would advise men not to use it.
Not if you want to keep better your relationship and keep it. Stop trying to use these off ramps and get out of stuff because it just
So
looks like you guilty of something.
so as a woman, you want us to keep going down a rabbit hole with you until you get tired.
But look, you did something wrong.
What if it
Seriously,
what
you
if it
did
wasn't
something
anything
wrong.
wrong?
So
What if it
if
was
I want to go down a rabbit hole until I feel like I'm not being duped, then you just gonna be in rabbit hole. Don't try and get out of rabbit hole.
so what if it's a scenario where there is like, I'm not doing anything against you and so forth and, this friendship thing, but it's more or less there was something else more important to do. Life be life. I mean, there's no expectations on anything and so forth. It just things happen and so forth. And then when you go to like, oh, why things aren't the same as they were before, and then I explain like the scenario and the situation, and then you know what I'm saying after you know what I'm saying you say what you say, and I say, yo, this is what it is. Are we good?
That's just your friend, and that's how you want to treat your friend. That you don't want to go down a rabbit hole with them either. Then okay, that they know
But
how
I
you
explained
are.
it all. But the thing is
Hmm.
that you know all the details and
And
so
when
forth.
we finished all that explanation, they still may have had a question that
Okay.
you really don't want to answer,
Uh-huh.
and you still want it to end, and they know that's what you're doing. And if that's your friend, they know how you are, and they're gonna let you off the hook, because that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna let you off the hook, even though I still disagree with you. I still
Okay.
disagree. We're gonna end this conversation, but I'm still gonna be over there going, yeah, he's still wrong. Still wrong. I'm just not gonna keep going back and forth with you.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So the moral of the story is this: that the are we good? You look at it as an extra ramp and so forth, and it's way to not to continue. You look at it as an extra ramp, and then the person speeds off when they say that.
Yep.
There's no
Run.
more want to discuss anything more about anything. It's the way to the way to end the conversation.
Well, that comes from history, though. I've never had a person say, "Are you good? Are we good?" or whatever, and sit and be still moments after that. It's usually they have disappeared because they don't want you coming up with any questions.
Make sense?
Now, ladies, prove me wrong. Say, nope, Sharice, you're wrong. But think about it long and hard before you say, Sharice, you're wrong. That is anybody ever said to you, "Are we good?" and continue to sit there and see if you had some questions. Most time men run. Y'all runners.
Running the track
Cause
stars.
you don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Cause and look, why not? Why don't you want to go down that rabbit hole, Brandon? You so scared you gonna
Nah, because I said what
something
I
gonna
said. Why,
happen.
why,
You gonna
why I
get
gotta
caught up.
explain every detail? You know what I'm saying? And anything. You know what I'm saying? I said all the big stuff. This happened, this happened, this happened, and this is the reason why that ain't
Yeah, I'm sorry. When people start talking too much too fast, they probably lying. They probably lying. Tip ladies, they talking real fast and a lot. They lying.
happening. All right. Okay. Fair enough. And so, with that being said, we're going to transition into Sharice. What do you have for the people today?
Okay, what listen, it's cold outside. It's what I
Brick
have.
City outside. It's Brick City jurors.
It
You
is
know what I'm
cold.
saying? Everywhere outside.
Hence the turtleneck. It's cold. And I don't care. Brandon was talking about me. I'm just gonna tell on him. He was talking about my turtleneck today. Said, about, wait a minute, what's going on? You looking awfully cold because it's cold. Um, layers. That's the conversation. So under turtleneck, I got on a tank top, turtleneck. Then I had a vest thing on. Then I had one of my coats on, and then I had this big scarf thing over my coat cause
Was it over
it's
your face?
cold.
Was this were you like did you Vaseline like in the old days? Were you shining?
I don't do the Vaseline, but the thing that was over the coat was big enough that if I needed, the coat didn't have a hood, but those big scarves that you could just put up on your head, that's why that was there. So my point is, it's cold. Be cute, coordinate your colors, and layer, cause it is
Yeah.
cold. And I've been back in Chicago.
Color with the layers. Ladies, color.
No, no, no.
Color. We talked about this on Sharice's
You
segment
keep
before.
thinking
Let,
it's
let, let's break it a
summertime.
little bit. Let's break it a little bit.
I
Colors.
can wear red. That's all I got. Other than black, white, gray, yeah, and maybe some beiges. I got red. That's it.
All
Maybe
right.
one of two yellow or purple sweaters. I don't have much, but the thing is, and I did buy a red suit, but you have to layer your clothes. Now, I got on these leggings because we love our leggings. You would never mistakenly think these puppies some tights because they fur lined. They got fur in them. But they are so warm. My sister gave them to me for Christmas. And I was thinking they looked really tiny, so I was holding them up like I'm not gonna fit in that. What was she thinking? But actually, they do fit, and they're really warm, and I like them a lot. But put your layers on. Y'all know what to do. You never know what you're gonna get in Illinois. One day it could be 60, and the next it could be below zero. So just be
Mm.
ready. That's it.
All right, people. With that being said, this is the first live show.
Live.
Live. Peoples, this is what I want y'all to do. If you watched it all the way through, I appreciate you. Brandon T, appreciate you a lot. And so forth. I want you to comment in the show is like, what time did you start watching? And so forth. And with that being said, it's been Bar Talk. I'm Brandon T. That's Sharice. Peace.